We need to talk about Kim Kardashian's appearance on Call Her Daddy because she revealed far more than anyone expected. People thought she'd keep things surface level, maybe brush over a few topics and avoid anything messy, but instead, she went straight into Kanye, co-parenting, her relationship with Kourtney, the rumors around Travis Barker, and even the uncomfortable truth about a photo shoot she did with Justin Bieber years ago. It was one of the most open interviews she has done in a long time, and the reactions online have been all over the place. The moment Kanye came up, everything shifted. Their relationship has always been public, sometimes painfully so. After their divorce, Kanye spent months posting chaotic rants, dragging the Kardashian family into every meltdown, and insisting he was being kept away from events like North's birthday party. Kim finally explained what really happened on her side of things. She said she tried for years to be supportive, to stand by him as a wife, and she even mentioned that the documentary about him showed how much she tried. But one of the biggest problems was that Kanye refused to stay on his medication. She skirted around the specifics, but it was clear that things spiraled whenever he stopped taking them. The unpredictability, the harsh comments about her family, the way he spoke to Kris Jenner. She admitted it was painful to watch someone she loved treat the people she loved in such a hostile way. Leaving him wasn't easy, not because she didn't care, but because she did. She talked about the guilt, the fear, the hope that maybe things would change if she waited long enough. But when she realized that nothing was improving and her children were getting pulled into the chaos, the decision became unavoidable. She said something that hit a lot of people. When you're the only one trying to keep a relationship alive, it stops being love and starts being survival. And surviving isn't enough, not when children are involved. She stayed longer than she should have because she didn't want to break her family apart, but staying, she said, was breaking her in ways people couldn't see. Then she described something that shocked viewers: the instability. Kim said Kanye would make spontaneous decisions that affected the entire household. One day they'd have multiple Lamborghinis. The next day, he'd give them away without telling her. She'd wake up and discover that a car was gone, or a financial decision had been made without any discussion. And when you're raising 4 kids, that kind of instability doesn't feel artistic or eccentric. It feels unsafe. Emotionally, mentally, even financially. She made it clear that she wasn't trying to villainize him, but she needed people to understand the reality behind the headlines. Co-parenting became one of the most difficult parts of her life. She said she has her children full-time, but never stops Kanye from seeing them. She encourages a healthy father-child relationship because she knows how valuable her own relationship with her dad was. She pointed out that despite what Kanye claims online, she has never once kept their kids from him, but he hasn't reached out in months. She talked about the quiet frustration of watching online narratives spin out of control while she stays silent to protect her children. There were moments when she wanted to post receipts, screenshots, texts, dates, everything, to prove her side. But she held back every time because she didn't want any public war to hurt her kids later in life. She also explained that managing the kids' emotions is harder than anything adults see online. When Kanye disappears for long stretches, she's the one absorbing the confusion, the disappointment, the questions. She tries to soften the reality by telling them he travels a lot, or that he's working, or that his life takes him to different places. The kids go to school, stick to their routines, and stay stable because she fights to keep their world consistent. She said that co-parenting with someone unpredictable isn't just about coordinating schedules. It's about protecting children from emotional shockwaves they can't understand yet. Of course, the infamous birthday party incident resurfaced. Kanye blasted her online, saying he wasn't invited. Kim explained that he did have a party, his own, and hers was scheduled at a different time to avoid conflict. But when he posted the accusations, the internet took it and ran. She admitted it was exhausting to see false stories spread so easily. But again, she refused to post proof because she didn't want to involve her kids in adult arguments that would live online forever. This honesty actually earned Kim sympathy from people who normally have none for her. The public can be harsh, but when it comes to navigating a relationship like this while raising 4 kids, many acknowledge the strength it takes just to keep going. She has made mistakes in her life, but the way she's handling Kanye and their children has made people see her differently. More human, more patient, more resilient. Then came the criticism about North's clothing. A moment went viral where people felt North was wearing something too mature for her age. A corset and a fake piercing that many called inappropriate. Kim said she's simply trying to figure out the preteen stage like every parent. She asked the public for a little grace, explaining that parenting a preteen girl is messy, unpredictable, and deeply emotional. Kids try things their friends try. They push boundaries, they experiment, and Kim is learning to guide without suffocating. She said that even though the internet acts like every decision is a scandal, she's doing her best to keep North safe, confident, and allowed to express herself within reason. She also clarified something the media always gets wrong. North is not some out-of-control diva the internet makes her out to be. She actually listens, reflects, and learns. If she says something sharp or acts out, she thinks about it afterward and adjusts. Kim lets her try blue hair or edgy outfits sometimes because it makes her happy. She said, parenting isn't a perfect equation. It's trial and error, and every child needs something different. Being a single mom of 4 means she's constantly stretched thin, constantly adjusting, constantly second-guessing herself, but still showing up with love. Another major part of the interview focused on her relationship with Kourtney. Kim said they are much closer than the show makes it seem. Even though the Kardashians control their own editing, the drama is often exaggerated for entertainment. She said it's frustrating to see fans think she and Kourtney hate each other, when the truth is they talk all the time, resolve their issues quickly, and spend far more time together off camera than people know. The fights viewers see are often moments pulled from larger, calmer conversations. But drama sells, so those are the moments that air. Then the Travis Barker rumor came up, the idea that Kourtney was upset because Travis wrote in his book that he had a crush on Kim years ago. Kim shut this down completely. She said she never had any romantic involvement with Travis. They hung out in the same social circles when he dated Paris Hilton. They all went to events together, tours together, and their families were friendly. She had no idea Travis wrote about liking her until the book came out. She emphasized that nothing ever happened, nothing inappropriate occurred, and that Kourtney wasn't sitting around jealous or insecure. Kim said people forget how long their families have known each other. This wasn't some secret triangle. It was just a piece of old information that got twisted into a storyline. Then she touched on the Justin Bieber photo shoot, something that resurfaced online during discussions about the Kardashians and their connections to controversial figures like Diddy. Kim said she now sees how strange that shoot really was. At the time, she was young, new to fame, and just eager to take opportunities. The age difference didn't seem odd then, because no one pointed it out. But looking back, she realizes the concept was uncomfortable. She clarified that nothing inappropriate happened, and Justin was simply a family friend. She participated because she trusted the team handling her career, and she didn't think to question the optics. She said that hindsight makes things clearer, and she understands why people criticize it now. Throughout the entire interview, Kim kept returning to one theme: the gap between public perception and private reality. She said that people think they know the Kardashians because they watch the show and follow headlines, but so much is either exaggerated, taken out of context, or completely wrong. She admitted that being a public figure means dealing with judgment every day, but she hopes people understand that she's doing the best she can as a mom, a sister, and a co-parent, navigating extremely complicated circumstances. By the end, the interview revealed a more vulnerable side of Kim. She wasn't defensive, she wasn't trying to spin anything. She was simply tired of being misunderstood. She talked about the emotional weight of raising 4 kids mostly alone. She explained the stress of dealing with an ex who can flip public narratives at any moment. She addressed rumors head-on, from Travis Barker to Justin Bieber. And she reminded everyone that being a parent, especially in the spotlight, is a daily exercise in patience, strength, and constant adjustment. Her final message was simple. She's doing her best. She wants grace, understanding, and space to raise her children without the world weighing in on every detail. And even though she knows that public opinion will always shift, she hopes people at least understand that behind the headlines is a real woman dealing with real challenges and trying to protect her family while the entire world watches.